She only got 14 1-1, but man, so this is how I got that fight.
I didn't know this, man. Hold on, bro. Tell me.
So it ended up as a no contest. That's probably why you don't know about it. You know, It ended up as a no contest because of a headbutt, an accidental headbutt. You know, I was getting pretty bad, and we collided.
He accidentally headbutted you.
Yeah, 2 times. So the first time we was good, and the second time that we headbutted, it cut him a little bit under his eye, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania state rules is that if you don't make it to the 4th round and a fighter get injured by accidental headbutt, then it can be a no contest. So it was the 3rd round, and he was like, "Nah, I can't fight anymore." So it was automatically a no contest. Now Vegas rules, he would have took an L because the doctor and the referee said like you can go. The cut is little as above the eye. You good to go. But he was like, nah.
He figured it wasn't his night.
He got out of there, so it was a no contest.
So that had to give you some marks, though, bro. People had to be looking, fighting a guy like that.
Yeah. So, but even though it was a no contest, it kind of like you said, got me a little exposure. So that set me up with fighting Vegas when I fought Jimmy Williams on the Roy Jones card. So another undefeated fighter that I beat in Vegas. He also had a belt. He had like a silver title, a WBC silver title, but they didn't put his belt on the line. You know, so I beat him, and that kind of got me a connection in Vegas. They wanted to see me back on a Floyd Mayweather card, so that's how I got that fight with Sanjar for the belt on Mayweather card. So that's how that all came about. So I went down there, did my thing, and won.
Now we was on 2 cards together in Vegas. And in the H right here, the arena, man. And I remember, man, I couldn't watch it like I wanted. I was in the back of the swing ball, and I was trying to keep Q warm, but at the same time, you know how the swing shit goes, man. They telling you get ready, and then get ready, and don't do shit. So I wasn't able to see your fight, bro, but you got a draw, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we didn't come here for no draws, man. What happened in that one, brother?
Man, I had to pull some. I found out a lot about myself that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to dig deep, man, because before the fight, I started feeling bad, but not too bad. You know, I started feeling like I had like acid indigestion or whatever, like I had and all that. But it wasn't that bad when I was warming up for the mitts. I was like, I'll be all right, you know. So I was warming up, and it started getting worse or whatever. But me, the fighter I am, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get through it. Like, I'm not worried about it. I didn't tell my coach, I didn't tell my pops, who was my corner man that fight. I didn't tell nobody. So I went in there, like, first round, I threw my first punch, like, boom, like I had chest burn. Every time I, like, threw something, like, just chest burning, hard to breathe. So I come back the first round. My pops, he noticed it, like, off the rip. He like, what's wrong? I don't want to say nothing out loud. And, like, so the ref, people can hear me, but I'm pointing to my chest. I'm like, chest? He like, what? I'm like, my chest. And he like, hey, you know, you got to go out there and fight. You can't be giving away rounds. And I was like, all right. So second round, I went out there a little bit better, but still, like, I'm not throwing any punches. And I'm not getting hit, but I'm
not hitting either, right?
Yeah, but, like, you ever seen any of my fights, I'm throwing 120 punches around. Like, I'm throwing a lot of punches. So me not throwing any punches is, like, weird. Like, you're not letting your hands go. So the third round, I finally kind of get close enough to my dad to tell him, like, hey, my chest, I can't breathe. My chest is burning. I sit down, and he looked at me. He was like, He was like, listen. He was like, this your life. He was like, what you want to do? I was like, man, I need this fight. He was like, it's your life, man. You know what you got to go out there and do. So the last 3 rounds, like, I don't know how I did it, but I was able to go out there and let some shots off, might get touched, hit him, be really accurate with my shots that I did touch him with, and I fought to a draw.
Yeah, and it was an 8-round fight, huh?
It was
an 8-round fight, and the judges
had to deal with that for all those rounds. And to be honest with you, the last 2 rounds, which is probably the rounds that got me the draw, because I won the last 2 really big. Man, I couldn't even breathe. To be honest with you, I couldn't breathe at all.
Man, you caught that fight?
Huh?
You caught it, man.
Yeah, I was out there. I was out there right in the front row. Was yours televised? Because I was there.
Mine was actually the first fight. The very first fight.
Like 5 o'clock. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was televised or not.
I remember when it was like, hey, the DJ ain't set up yet. So I was like, damn.
I tell you, man, when I was younger, I had 2 ulcers, man.
Uh-huh.
And it caused what they was calling acid reflux in the 90s. When this shit first, like, nobody knew they wasn't a name for it that I knew.
Yeah.
And I think people, maybe there's different degrees to how it affects you or whatever, but and I know you ain't making excuses telling me how you feel.
I need to tell you, no excuses, because when I as a fighter, I should have told my coach. I should have.
Well, guess what?
If any fighter
when you was warming up or feeling that, you could have popped your fucking acid reflux thing. It might have been
that. Because look, after the fight, my manager, he had medication. He has acid reflux, so we got the pill. He gave me
too. That's why I'm telling you that I got the pills too.
Man, not even 5 minutes later, like all you
went away.
I thought I had to throw up, but when I threw up, just air came. I'm like, damn, I feel like $1 million now. So
man, that shit hurts. That shit hurts, and it makes you very uncomfortable, man.
Man, when I took that medication, all that air that was in my chest, it all came out. And I feel great. I'm like,
Marquis, I tell my fighters, man, all the time, son, tough ain't enough, bro.
Yeah,
if you leaning on
to be a fighter,
leaning on your tough, you're gonna get fucked off in this business.
Yeah,
and that goes for even what you talking about. That wasn't even about the fight. You thinking I'm gonna just tough it out?
Yeah.
Man, what if you lost that fight, man? What if you started regurgitating in the fight, and the referee waves it off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you said something, maybe they'll give you a acid reflux tablet, and that shit would have went away. You'd have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all the time. That's why I'm big on brutal honesty, bro. Listen, I want my fighter even to tell me if he's scared, because I'll talk you out of scared. I can talk you out of scared, bro. I know how to do that too.
Yeah.
So, but it's important that I know that. It's important that you say, man, coach, my nerd, I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. Let me walk you down with this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand that's why I made a post yesterday, a funny post, and I put Jamel in the clip where he was bitching and belly aching about people who don't understand boxing, because my post was about it. And it's so much, it's so, you guys are independent contractors, and there's so many things going on at once, bro. And you guys got to perform under all these different situations, man. And a lot of the times, it's do or die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we need this fight. I can't lose this fight, no matter what. So, you know, you got acid reflux, you got your old dead bitch at the house, you got, you know, your trainers beefing with your conditioning dude, you know, all these things moving. And then I listen to people give their opinion about boxing. I'm like, man, you so far off. about what's going on in this shit.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, man. You have no idea. And it's okay if you don't, and you say, well, I'm just a fan of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. But folks be acting like they know. Man, you don't know shit, bro. It's a lot of shit going on, man. You don't know how much time this guy had to get fit. You don't know about the last minute opponent switching out. You don't know if the guy who got you the fight is fucking you on the money. Man, you don't know so much shit. And then at the end of the day, you got to perform. So this shit is hectic, bro. And so when I'm talking to fighters, and like when you say, man, and I remember when you said that just now, I remember you telling me that at the fight. Man, I couldn't breathe and everything, but I know the difference between what you're saying and what's, you know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly.
Go with this shit. Man, look, bro. There's so much shit going on, you have no fucking idea what these guys go through, man. And if they haven't surrounded themselves for at least that one guy that is going to be brutally honest, you know what I'm saying? Like your boss did. Say, I hear you, you can't breathe. It's your career. What you want to do?
What you want? Exactly. Yeah. He switched on the light when he told me that. Like, you know, he switched on the light.
Sometimes it's all it takes, man. Sometimes it's all it takes, man, to get you over the hump.
Yeah, man, because two of those judges that night scored the fight 76-76.
Yeah.
So without those two last rounds, it would have went the other way. Or without the last, without any one of those rounds, it would have went the other way.
And I don't know how I did it, to be honest with you. Every shot, the last 2 rounds, every shot that I landed on him hurt me more than it hurt him. Every shot that I landed sent a burnt in my chest so hard. Like every shot is just a heartburn every time, just a burn in my chest. That's why I could never connect more than 2. Like I could wow, but that's like all I could take. I couldn't connect through. I couldn't come back with 3-4 shots. Just 2 wow, and that's it. And it's a burning sensation. And I move and I smother, so he couldn't touch me. Break up, come back, wow, just trying to use my speed to my advantage. But hey, I did it. You know, I got that draw. Like, you know, happy with the draw, but the circumstances that I couldn't breathe. I really couldn't breathe the last 2 rounds. I was cool to come out with that and just lesson learned. You know, I can never let that happen again. You know,
did the mouthpiece cause you problems? Because I know that acid reflex makes you want to gag, or it's so fitted you don't feel it.
So I got the custom mouthpiece that it's just yeah, like I can open my mouth and it's just stuck up.
If you had a burling bite or something, man, you liable to throw up, man.
Throw up.
That's bad.
Was that your first? Go ahead.
See what I'm talking about? Learning experience. I just learned something.
Yeah.
Because I had acid reflux, and I'm thinking of the fighting with that mouthpiece. And that motherfucker, if you winging it, hey, man.
Man, I got that mouthpiece. It's like a grill. That mug stuck. I can open my mouth. It's just stuck in there. So, yeah. Thank you.
I remember along with everything else going bad, when Gerald McClellan fought Nigel Benn, and we all know how that ended. It's horrible, but yeah, he didn't even have a mouthpiece that night too, and they put a mouthpiece in his mouth that wasn't formed. And he wrapped his own hands and all kind of shit over it. And it's in England, where the fucking fans are treacherous, bro. They for their guy big time, man. So everything was wrong for G that night. So you know. I don't even see what I'm talking about, though. This is the inside of the shit I'm talking about. That to the average fan, they're not even thinking about. They don't even know that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But then they gonna come tell you who's the the best motherfucker since sliced bread, bro. And you know thinking about this thing, man.
Hey, how do you like fighting in Vegas, man? That had been what, your third fight in Vegas or 4th fight in Vegas?
So that was actually my 4th fight in Vegas. That last one. My first fight was actually like my one and only L was when I went down to Vegas and I fought Ladarius Miller.